have highlighted that probably this loan is very urgent. But Right Honourable Speaker, while in Kololo, you promised that this house is going to go back to the foundations. And among the foundations we've been looking forward to is for this house to follow its own rules to begin with. Right Honourable Speaker, we are in the formation stages of this house. We do not have the committees of Parliament, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, what do we lose? And we want the minister, probably the minister may begin from there.
I
Right
think,
Honourable Speaker.
Honourable, what is the procedural issue you are raising? Because if you are referring to the rules, I have not cited the rules of Kenyan Parliament. I have cited the rules of procedure of Ugandan Parliament. I would be glad if you can come and say, Speaker, what you've cited is not the position. I would benefit from that.
Thank you very much, Right
I said
Honourable
Rule
Speaker.
8.1, and is
Right.
it not applicable?
No, Right Honourable Speaker, Rule 162 requires us to take much of these matters to the committee that is not available. Right Honourable Speaker, it's not sufficient to just tell us that we don't have committees, yet the people who are supposed to formulate the committees are available. Can't we begin by formulating the committees? The other side is fully constituted, this side is fully constituted. Okay. Right Honourable Speaker, we formulate the committees and you know which committee is going to deal with this particular loan. Right Honourable Speaker, allow me to say, this particular loan, I was here in the previous Parliament, Right Honourable Speaker, when we acquired.
Which loan now? We are just going to move.
When we acquired.
Why don't you wait and that would form part of your debate on the loan, for or against? Let's first, the procedural issues that, please.
Procedural issue, why don't we formulate?
The question you put is that the committee is not here. That's a question of fact. This is purely one of the first sittings we are having, and if you can listen to the motion and the justification, this House will be at liberty to make a decision whether this loan satisfies the urgency or not. So these procedural issues you are raising now are very premature. The Minister of Finance, the Minister is well guided. I have just guided Honourable Paul Muir. Let the Minister present the motion. You will have good opportunity to debate this motion, for or against.
Right Honourable Speaker.
The Minister has to move the motion to provide us a platform where you will say everything. Honourable Paul Muiro, Saba Christo.
Right Honourable Speaker.
Yes, hold on a bit. Yeah. Allow the motion. Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker. Whereas Article 159 of the Constitution empowers government to borrow from any source as authorized by or under Act of Parliament, and whereas Section 34 of the Public Finance Management Act, Cap 171, vests the authority to raise money by loan for and on behalf of government, solely in the Minister responsible for finance, with the approval of Parliament by resolution, aware that the government's request to borrow up to euros 168,976,354 from the UK Export Finance and the Citibank for the development of solar power irrigation systems project phase 2 has been laid before this Parliament. Now therefore be it resolved that Parliament authorizes government to borrow up to euros 168,776,354 from the UK Export Finance and Citibank for the development of solar-powered irrigation system project phase 2. I beg to move, Right Honorable Speaker.
Is the motion seconded? Seconded by the Vice President, Prime Minister, Government Chief Whip, Minister of Agriculture who knows the value of water to the crops. Leader of opposition is Honorable Kefa, Honorable Alenyo, Honorable Wakida, everyone, Honorable Opoku, the whole house. Okay, for the record, by the majority of the members of the House. Can you justify your motion? Please, procedure does not come before justification. It can come any time when you, I know this thing very well. Justify.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, the proposed project will develop 427 irrigation systems across the country aimed at enhancing rural incomes through increased production and productivity arising from irrigated agriculture for coffee growing. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda cleared this project for implementation in his letter dated 15th December 2021 under reference number PO/10 addressed to the Honorable Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development and Minister of Water and Environment, and a copy I have attached as annex. Mr. Speaker, to date, phase 1 of the project has achieved over 99% physical completion, with 434 systems developed across the country delivering verifiable economic benefits countrywide, including the following: 148 rural water supply systems benefiting 98,521 households and 433,992 individuals. 83 urban water supply systems serving 107,390 households and 472,519 people. And 203 irrigation systems irrigating 2,000 acres while supporting 554 households and 2,436 residents. Collectively, these initiatives have enhanced water security and productivity for 206,465 households and a total population of 908,447 across the country. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, it is important to note that phase 2 of the project had been envisaged to cover additional 700 sites. However, to preserve the vital fiscal space for other key projects that the government is implementing, the project was rescoped to fit within these fiscal parameters, optimizing 427 systems. Mr. Speaker, the objectives of my coming here of the motion is to brief Parliament is brief Parliament on the following. 1. To note the required financing of up to euros 168,976,354 shillings, 354 euros from UKF and Citibank for the implementation of the development of solar-powered irrigation system project phase 2, and to seek your authority, Right Honorable Speaker and the House, to proceed to borrow up to euros 168,976,354 euros from UKF and Citibank for implementation of the development of the solar-powered irrigation system project phase 2. Mr. Speaker, I now come to the justification, strategic alignment, and the financing terms. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, as the effects of climate change continue to escalate, the available water resources for agricultural production are constantly decreasing. Currently, farmers are losing a lot of crops due to prolonged dry seasons, and this in turn affects their livelihoods. The National State of Environment Report, NEMA 2024, indicated that on average 800,000 hectares of crops. The need for irrigation across the country is therefore very crucial. Securing availability of water for agriculture will guarantee food security and the livelihood of the farmers, including the most vulnerable groups. And I wish to inform honorable colleagues that a study by the Office of the Prime Minister estimated the loss and damage of Uganda shillings 2.8 trillion, equivalent of US dollars 1.2 billion, to the Ugandan economy, equivalent to 7.5% of the country's GDP in 2010, due to erratic rains. According to the Status of Environment Report 2014, on average, 800,000 hectares of crop are destroyed every year by climate-related events. Coffee has been identified as a priority commodity due to its strategic importance to Uganda's economy and livelihoods. Uganda is currently the second largest coffee producer in Africa after Ethiopia and the leading coffee exporter on the continent. Coffee remains the country's leading source of foreign exchange earnings, generating approximately US dollars 999.8 million from the export of 6.06 million 60 kilogram